Hi, everybody. My name is Bonnie Burnell. I'm coming from my kitchen in Lynn, Massachusetts, 30 minutes outside of Boston. I'm getting ready to prepare a wonderful, beautiful dish that is called chicken lasagna. It's one of my favorite dishes that I like to fix, and I'm going to show you all the ingredients, all the pots and pans and utilities that you need to make this dish happen for you. I hope you enjoy it. We have cut chicken pieces that is cut down into bite size, seasoned, well seasoned with the seasoning salt and black cracked pepper. The next item is your pasta, which is the lasagna pasta that we'll be using. We have butter, olive oil, chicken broth, Parmesan Romano cheese, oregano, cottage cheese, small kernels, and a jar of pasta sauce. In front, you will see the mozzarella cheese, green peppers, and onions. The items that you're going to need to accomplish this dish would be 2 large pots, one for the sauce, one for the noodles. We got a strainer, a medium-sized bowl. In the front, you will see the measuring cups. 1 cup, a half a cup, and a fourth of a cup, and a fourth of a teaspoon that you're going to need. One straight spoon, a spoon that you'll be able to use as a stirrer, and the other one is going to be for a wooden spoon to help mix, and a lasagna pan. So let's get busy with this and get this meal on the road here. Saute the onion first, let them get crystallized, and then you're going to do the peppers after that. I sauteed in butter and olive oil on a high heat. You stir it periodically until it browns. Then you're going to add your green peppers. In this stuff, it's the chicken broth and water that is going to be brought to the boil. I'm also going to add a little bit I'm going to add a fourth of a cup of olive oil in, so it will not, the pasta will not stick. We have it on high, and that's going to bring the water, boil the water. So while we working on our onions and sauteing our onions to a golden brown, we are boiling the water for the pasta. Next, I'm going to add the green peppers in and have them sauteed. The next move is to add your chicken in and stir that in and then let it cook. Looks good. Now, this is how your chicken is almost ready for the tomato sauce to go in. We just need to stir this up a little bit more. If you notice how your onions are very well blended in with your chicken, all your chicken pieces are pretty much close to being done or done together. And you don't have to worry about it at this point because it's going to simmer for a little while in tomato sauce. So let's get the tomato sauce in, and we're going to pour that all the way in, get every bit of it out the jar. And we're going to stir the tomato sauce in. And say, oh my God, don't that look good? Oh, this looks so yummy. See how that shit's blending in there so well. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring the heat down to simmer. And we're going to put top on it. And we're going to let this chicken and sauce and vegetable simmer for a little while we're waiting for our water to boil, finish boiling for the noodles. So what we're going to do is we're going to take your lasagna pasta and you're going to put it in the pot slowly. And as you notice, as the pasta starts dropping, it'll drop right in, no problem. You want to put them in on an angle so they can cook. And you want to keep the heat up high so it can come up to another boil. This process takes about roughly 10 minutes. And this is a whole package of lasagna noodles. And you notice how I'm crisscrossing them in the pan so they could be equally cooked. Okay, now we're going to leave it like that on high and let it boil up again. The lasagna noodles are cooking. We are going to stir our sauce. And oh my God, don't this look yummy? Look at that. The chicken, the onions, the peppers, beautiful coloring. No grease, if you notice. And then you're just going to just keep stirring it. And it gets nice and thick. Keep checking your noodles, and you want to stir them. Keep them from sticking to the bottom of the pan. And with adding the olive oil, it helps. If you notice, none of these noodles are sticking together. And that's the purpose of adding the olive oil to your water. We're going to do the cheese mixture, which is the cottage cheese and the Parmesan Romano cheese. That's a cup so far that I'm going to slowly mix it into this and blend it in. And what we want to come up with a thick substance. blend in less than 1/4 of a cup of oregano into the cheese mixture. Oops. Be careful, folks. Don't do what I did. Just spill some out of the bowl. Mmm, this looks good. Now, this is the substance. Now, this is later on. We get ready to put the lasagna together. This is going to be the cheese layer that we're going to add this, and then we put the mozzarella cheese on top of this, and we put and another layer of noodles and some meat sauce, and cover it up and get ready for it to go in the oven. Our noodles look like it's almost done, so we're almost ready to, I think, a few minutes more, and then we'll be ready to strain those and let them cool off. Now I'm checking the sauce. So you see what the sauce look like? Delicious. Okay, now we're ready to drain the noodles. And if you notice, there's no pasta stuck in the bottom of my pan. First thing we're going to do is take a little bit of this delicious sauce, and we're going to kind of spread it down on the bottom of the pan. I'm trying to just get sauce, not so much meat, but sauce that we're going to put down. And it's okay if you get some meat in there. So, but when you're making lasagna, you should always take a little bit of the sauce, and as some Italian like to say, the gravy, and you spread it out. Don't this look yummy? I have to take a piece of this, try it out. I always taste my food as I'm fixing it. Oh my God. Oh, I wish you guys could taste this. It's so good. So the next thing we do is take one of these wonderful pieces of lasagna strips, and you want to slowly put it on top of the sauce that you just put in there. And we want to like slightly put it over. That's my neighbors and the children out getting some fresh air in the backyard. That wonderful sound of children playing and crying and having a good time. Okay, this is your first layer. Now, this is now ready for the cheese mixture. And we're going to put this in. I'm going to spoon this in, just like that. Now, if you notice how nicely, evenly we took that cheese mixture and we spread it over the noodles, now we're adding some mozzarella cheese on top of that. And we're going to be very, 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 a lot as you possibly can, whatever the amount that you feel comfortable putting in on top of your cheese mixture. Okay? What the middle layer look like? We have the Morocco cheese on top of the cheese mixture. So now we're going to take another strip of of the lasagna noodle and put that in. And when you put them on, you want to make sure that they are kind of not kind of like put it on top of each other like this slightly on the edge. Okay? You see how that looks? Just like that. Just that's overlapping. That's the word I was looking for. Overlapping. Okay. Now we are ready to add our meat sauce on this layer. And this point here, we're just going to scoop on the chicken and the sauce together. Oh my God, this looks so good. And tastes delicious, smells delicious. I wish you could smell this. We just want to reserve just a little bit to put it on the top layer. Don't this look yummy? I know people at work will see this and they're going to start begging me to cook this. I see what I open up a can of worms with this idea. My family bakes for this all the time. Now, this will be our final layer of pasta. And it's very easy to pull it apart and put it on in the pan. Again, we're gonna stick it on there and we're gonna overlap it. Oops, hot. It's still hot. Okay. Almost piece. Okay, folks. This is what we have here. You might want to take a small piece, put across, so everything will be inside, just like this, and just press it in. That's going to be a nice corner piece for somebody. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is take our cheese, and we're going to be very gracious with it going across. But what I forgot to do is put the last bit of the sauce on top. Sorry about that. Now, since I made that boo-boo, I'm going to put the chicken pieces down near the cheese. This, there's always, don't worry about if you do something that you think is wrong, it's never wrong. It's your creation. It's always your creation. I'm going to spread that sauce around there. And then we're going to add some cheese to it on top. This is the Parmesan Romano cheese, and I'm going to just sprinkle that on top. Oh God, this is going to be delicious. Never enough cheese. Okay. Oops. All right. This is what it's going to look like going into ready for the oven. We are going to put some aluminum foil to cover it up so it can cook. The oven is preheated to 350 degrees. This is going to cook for 1 hour. About 15 minutes prior to us taking this out the oven, we're going to take the foil off the top and let the cheese brown. And it's wait till I cannot wait to show you the finished product. This is the finished product. Doesn't this look yummy? I'm getting ready to plate myself a slice of this wonderful lasagna. Keep in mind, before you slice it and plate it, you want to let it sit for at least 10 minutes before you cut it, so it can have a nice smooth cut. All right? And I like to get this last piece of gravy and stuff on top. So let's see how this tastes. I'm serving this with a green salad mix with tomatoes, very basic, with a vinaigrette dressing, naturally red wine to go along with it. So let's give this a try and see what it tastes like. This looks so good. And I wish you could smell it. It smells delicious. So here we go. Here we go. I don't need glasses anymore. I'm finished with the glasses for the evening. Cheers, and I hope you enjoyed this recipe. I really enjoyed cooking it for you and hope to see you soon. Mm, 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 mm.